Welcome to part one of this three-part video report where you will learn about one of the safest strategies to grow your investments faster. If you're tired of low investment returns and market volatility, then you will be glad you got this report. Let's look at some of the money problems facing Canadians today. First, there is too much debt. With each passing year, the Bank of Canada continually reports that personal debt levels are reaching dangerous proportions, while personal wealth is steadily decreasing. The average Canadian pays some of the highest taxes in the world while redeeming low returns on the limited investments they are able to secure for themselves. Conversely, it is no secret that the wealthy pay very little tax in comparison to their income levels. The eventual result of all of this is that the average Canadian will not have the savings required to support themselves adequately in retirement. This illustration shows us clearly that the sum total of the various forms of taxes paid today by the average Canadian household exceeds 50% of the total household income. Then there are debt payments that can take up another 33% on average. Many people are left with too little to live on, let alone save. Even dual income families are struggling. At NestEggAccelerator.com, we help people to change that. At NestEggAccelerator.com, we teach you little-known strategies to pay off debts faster, reduce taxes, and get higher fixed returns on your investments. That way, you have more to live on and save for your retirement. As you know, goods and services get more expensive every year. According to the Bank of Canada, the national inflation rate has averaged 2.2% for the past 25 years. What does that mean for you and me? Let's look at an example. If you're living off $30,000 a year at age 30, look how much it will take if you retire at 65 to maintain the same standard of living, more than twice that amount at just 2.2% inflation. Let's face it, when it comes to investing your money, what are your options? Most people have no idea at all and end up keeping most of their money in GICs because they are worried about losing their principal in the other alternatives. Most Canadians are fearful and poorly educated in money management. Think of this. When you last selected which funds to put your money into, in your employee pension fund, for instance, did you take the information home and read up on it, or did you simply say, just pick it for me? In the same way, did you let your banker choose that option when you set up your RRSP account? After all, we don't get taught about this stuff in school, and most people end up doing whatever the banks or their friends advise them. This is very dangerous. Most people believe that higher returns must be accompanied by higher risk. However, wealthy people know that it is not always true. So it's no wonder that they keep getting wealthier while the average person is struggling. Fact, those with personal wealth have a strong tendency to invest first in their financial education and second in the strong investment opportunities available to them. It is because of their education that they succeed, and that is our goal at NestEggAccelerator.com. The stock market can be very scary for most people because of the daily headlines about market fluctuations and loss. If you are like most people, you think backwards. You sell when the market drops and buy when it rises. Believe it or not, this is actually one of the most common contributors to personal wealth reduction in the investment world today. This chart shows the Dow Jones Industrial Average for the last 10 years. When you have a 51% drop like what happened in 2008, 2009, then it's no wonder why people shy away from the markets. But then they play it too safe and put their money in savings accounts or GICs, which pay the lowest rates. Let's look at the effect of getting 2% on your savings. At only 30% income tax, you are left with 1.4%. When you subtract inflation at 2.2%, the end result is that your money is actually declining in value slowly every year. That is not the solution you want. That brings us to the end of part one of this three-part report. In part two, you will see why the banks love us and how you can do like they do.